Well, my brother was the one that kind of introduced me to the free wholesale houses for real, like the group that you guys are in. And I have been a part of that group already for probably a year or so. And
Hmm.
I see everybody like, flexing their checks and, oh, I'm making $40,000 and I'm making $20,000, $15,000. I work in real estate full time, and it's been pretty bad lately just because of the interest rates, since the interest rates went up to like almost 7% and just high in those numbers. Nobody's really buying anymore, Rick. So, it's been a little difficult for me. I've had to use my savings, to like, of course, cover for a lot of my expenses. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, like, yes, I'm still working in real estate. Yes, I still have clients that, are qualified and still looking for houses and stuff like that. But even that can be very time consuming. So I would like to start, just learning a little bit more about how to wholesale houses, because I
Okay,
feel
so
like, yeah, go ahead.
let me unwind this a little bit because you just hit me with a lot. Okay. And
Okay.
remember, Ronnie, I'm always going to tell you the truth, and I'm a firm believer in listening to people's vocabulary and their words. So let's back up here. You say you're in real estate full time. Explain that to me.
Well, by what I mean is, I get referrals. I get people that are already pre-qualified, that already have
Mhm.
gone through a bank. And like for instance, today I had to go and show 5 houses earlier, so I just
Okay,
recently
Ronnie. So
got
you got
back.
to tell me, what are you doing in full time in real estate? Are you a realtor, a mortgage broker?
I am
Which
a
is it?
realtor. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I probably should have said that. I'm a
So
realtor.
there's
I'm
a
a real
reason
estate
I'm
agent.
telling you this. You're talking like a realtor. You sound like a realtor, and you're giving me realtor complaint. I'm just being brutally honest with you because all those complaints you gave me have nothing to do with wholesaling. So if
Okay.
those are complaints from being a realtor, I get it. I'm not a realtor though. So I hear your complaints. But honestly, every complaint you gave me about it has nothing to do with wholesaling. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
I don't look
totally.
at interest rates. I don't care what interest rates are. I don't deal with retail, and I don't deal with people looking to get financing and get full value for their houses. So you can't compare. Listen, don't make the grave mistake. How long you been a realtor for?
4 years now, going into five.
You making any money doing it?
I was in the beginning, yes, but these past year and a half has been really, really rough. So, and I'm in no way like complaining to you about what I
Yeah.
do. We even with the years of real estate that I've been doing it, I
Mhm.
have been able to get like a lot of cash buyers, and I can easily be able to pull comps. I feel like I have somewhat of good communication skills with people. I tend to be pretty patient. I just would like to learn like from the pros, like you guys, like you
So
and
you've already been
Zach.
in freewholesaling.com for a year. Have you just been kind of checking it out, kind of like,
I
and be
have
honest with
been.
me, it's okay.
Yes, I have been. I have been. I have not really kind of like gone. I have been checking out prop stream videos and things like that, but I just have
Okay.
not signed up for
I
any of
got
that.
two more questions for you, and I'm getting somewhere with this. So follow me. What made you become a licensed realtor? Honestly,
My brother-in-law, he's a broker, and he's the one that you know. I
got it.
used to work at a Mexican restaurant as a server. He was like, "Hey,
Got it.
you're pretty good at upselling stuff like margaritas. You can sell
Mhm.
houses too." So that's why I tried it.
So did you? Okay, so you just said the key word there. You tried it, and so after
Yeah.
4 years, what's your summation of it?
I mean, I have some savings. I have my own house and everything, so I have been blessed by that. But I would just like to make a little bit more money, and
So
especially now,
what's the most you've made as a realtor in 1 year? Honestly,
um,
and I'm
I
not.
would
I'm
say
not. You can
like
give a range. I'm not trying to.
90, maybe 90,000. I would have to
Okay.
say almost close to six figures.
So
Yeah,
Ronnie, I'm gonna give you the truth here. Your realtor career is not working out, and I'm gonna just
yeah,
give you. You have to make a decision. You're in a crossroads because you're kind of. You know it's not working out. That's why you're stalking us on freewholesaling.com. It's just the truth. I'm not
yeah,
bragging on you, okay? But
yeah.
the reality is it's not working out, and we're finding excuses why it's not working out. You're going to have to make a decision. How old are you?
I'll be 34 in a few months in
Okay.
August.
So
Yeah.
when I was at the ripe old age of 33, I decided I could not take the corporate world anymore. And that's when I found wholesaling. And honestly, I worked that job because I had a lot of obligations. I had two small children and I just couldn't get up and go. So yeah, I made around 100K. I thought I was making good money, 120 maybe. I hated every minute of my life with it. It just
Mm,
sucked. It was terrible. And I said, there's got to be something better than this. And so I decided to
right.
make a massive change. And in 7 months, I beyond changed the trajectory of my life. I was able to quit my job, tell my boss to go take a flying leap, which was probably the best part of it. It's probably better than the first $1 million I made. And I've never looked back. You have one problem. I'm just going to tell you right now. People have a tough time transitioning from realtor world to wholesaling world. Dude, it's like night and day. I'm just telling you, you cannot even try to align and compare them because it's going to kill you. It's the number one reason I tell wholesalers not to go get your real estate license, because if you want to be a wholesaler, why would you get your real estate license? Oh, somebody told me it's going to protect me. It's not. It's going to train you like a realtor, and you're going to wind up being a realtor. Now, if you want to cross over, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. Are you happy with your current financial status right now?
No.
So make a decision, man. Like, honestly, you have to make it. I can't make it for you. I've put 21
absolutely.
years of my life, and I've already proven it. I talked to a kid today, was basically working like a really rough job. And he just did a deal for 72 grand. He's got 4 other deals coming in. And honestly, he ain't far from you either. And he had no skills. He just took incredible action and worked through it. And I'm here to tell you, there's no difference between him, you, and me. The only difference is people who go in the wholesaling, they make a commitment and they make a decision. And here's the thing is, ready for this, Ronnie? You're going to have to leave your old life and create a new life. But that's how we all grow. The old rules have not served you and worked for you. You got to stop trying stuff. You got to do stuff, man. I'm just telling you, if you want to take the dip at the wholesaling, you can't put your toes into it. It doesn't work. Most realtors dip their toes into it. They make some money when the market's hot. And the minute it goes down, they go, well, interest rates and inventory and the economy, none of that matters in wholesaling.
Yeah.
I buy properties and I flip them. I watch people get 12% loans on me all the time just because they're making so much money. Interest rates to me is like a realtor thing. Who gives a crap? If you're making money, I borrowed money at 30, 40% to make $100,000. So like you're looking at the granular stuff from listen, the realtor thing ain't working out. You just got to be brutally honest. And if it's not wholesaling that's for you, then go find something that you're just going to get excited about and have fun with. And listen, you gave it a try, but I will warn you, you cannot try wholesaling. You got to do it. And you can study till you churn blue. Most people are successful in their first 3 to 6 months because they just took action. The ones that sit there and just consume the information and they never move on, they just never get it. And honestly, it's not a wholesaling problem. It's a mental problem. And there's no difference between successful people, between you and me. The difference is I made an investment in myself, and it's not always financially, and I just made decisions. I move forward. The actions you take for the rest of this year will dictate 2024. The problem is we're also stuck in the present. We get so frustrated, and you want to blame interest rates and you want to blame the market. Dude, take complete ownership for your life, take inventory, and make a decision. And when you make that decision, the clarity will come and amazing things will happen in your life. But I used to make excuses. I even made excuses as a wholesaler. And one day I just said, I'm not going to take one more excuse. And if you ever want a massive change, guys, I'm telling you, if you're stuck in your head, the Tony Robbins, Unleash Your Power Within, the UPW, if he comes to your area, check it out. If not, get a recorded copy. The guy will get in your head and just say, listen, stop settling for a mediocre life. You can have whatever you want in life. You're only limited by what you tell yourself. The same tired story you just told me in the beginning when we started this, if you keep telling yourself the same story, you're stuck there forever. You're never going to get out of it. So you have the power to change it. How do people go from broke to being millionaires like in a short amount of time? They have to make a massive change. And the crazy part is you will have to change yourself. Now, who comes along with you in the ride? That's up to you. And you're going to lose a lot of your friends and people are going to get upset. But if you want to live that type of lifestyle, you have to make a change. I had to do it slowly over time. It took a lot of time. And then I learned how to make a lot of money through wholesaling. And I went through a 10-year journey on how to keep the money and how to grow the money because I was immature and irresponsible and I had to learn. So I only buy assets that make me more money over time. And the toys I buy, I pay cash and it doesn't even slightly affect me. And so like I look at life completely different. And that's how you have to do it. So here's what I need you to do. When you get off this call, you need to sit down and have a hard decision. Are you single, married, children?
I'm single. Yeah, no kids.
Okay,
nothing.
so dude, make a decision, man. Like seriously, I'm telling you, man. It's you just I gotta feel it in you, man, because you're like living like, I'm gonna try the realtor thing. And my suggestion,
no, I definitely want to.
Now you can keep your license. I would my thing would tell you to let it expire because I don't want you to be a realtor. And my fear is you go into wholesaling and people go, well, I can do both. The reality is if you're making a ton of money in wholesaling, why would you sit there and settle for nickels and dimes when you can be making like Benjamins the entire time? And
Yeah.
that's when people try to do the dual rule. I'm telling you, I give stuff to my realtors. They give me a nice marketing fee. I don't have to do any work, and I still make money off of them. The money is always in getting the leads and honestly finding off-market properties. You can start at freewholesaling.com. The whole thing's right there for you.
Yeah,
You got to make a
absolutely.
decision, though. You got to make a
I
decision.
am I am definitely going to make the decision. I one thing I wanted to ask you, and I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, this question is not weird. The thing is, I have other realtor friends. They're not really friends. They're like acquaintances that also do the wholesaling themselves. But I have kind of reached out to them, for like help and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
they have been, not super friendly. At least you guys in the community on Facebook, everybody's like super friendly and super cool about things. And well, my question basically is like, um, is there a way maybe that I could even like shadow you guys or even work for free for you guys or like helpful comps or something just to
So
get more
here's the
knowledge?
secret, okay? I want everybody watching this live stream to understand this, okay? We've had probably 400,000 people go through wholesaling, freewholesaling.com. The reality in our industry, and honestly, a big part of it is the gurus, but I'm not completely blaming gurus because there's people who've had success. There's a 95% failure ratio in this business. And you got to go. Now, a big part of that is people sell you courses and tell you you're going to flip houses while you sit on the beach and drink margaritas, right? You know
Right.
that's not the reality of it, right? You've even had a wake up call as a realtor. So if I get 400,000 or 500,000 people that go through this, and you're talking about those checks they post, the people that committed the most and took the most action are the ones that post the checks. The ones that just kind of kick it on the curb. Now, everybody has a different learning pace. I was a terrible student, and I was told I would never get a job, and my teachers were right. I was meant to lead and help people come along, and that's what I do best at. You put me in a structure, I got to read a book, I got to take a test, I'm a dead man. And I know that. And so I learned by action. So this isn't the thing where you're going to learn for 2 years and then take action. You got to go out and take action as you go because it wires into your nervous system. You get results, and either way, you're going to get an outcome. And people think when you fail, it's over. Failing just teaches you to move on and learn from it. So you either get a lesson or you get a paycheck. They're both extremely valuable. So the
Absolutely.
reality is, if we have a high failure rate, how can you protect yourself? Then you don't have to be one of the failures. The people that make a decision, that's first, and the ones that take the most action and don't complain, that's the secret. Honestly, I could sell that as a $25,000 course, and I guarantee people would buy it from me because it's the true secret. I've had 21 years experience. I'm an expert on this. We are not
Yeah.
like
No.
you're probably a lot smarter than me. I'm not a super smart guy.
No.
The wealthiest people in this world are the people that get stuff done, and they lose their excuses and they move forward regardless of what happens. Do you think I've hit a home run on every deal? Do you don't think I have deals that fall apart? I have so much crap that hits I've had lawsuits. I've had everything that happen. I've had everything to stop me. The only difference is I never stop. So I still wholesale today. I love this. And I love JVing with people all over the country because I get to learn about all different markets. So here's the bottom line, Ron. You got to make a decision. And until you make that decision, you will not make the progress.
Absolutely.
So go have a talk, your broker, your friend, family member, and say, listen, dude, this ain't working out. And take accountability for what you haven't do. And if you want to go into it, dive into it all the way. By the way, I know realtors that make millions and millions of dollars. It's the same thing. When you commit to it, you can do it. But that's more of like a sales job. Wholesaling is not selling. So can you commit to
100%.
me to make a decision? That's the question.
I definitely want to. I definitely want to, even for them to just like slow down with like giving me so many clients, like pre-qualified people. Because like I said, sometimes, unfortunately, a lot of people just kind of like to waste your time. They just like to window shop and, oh yeah, I want to go see.
I know, Ronnie, but like
number
you
amount
got to
of
get to the point, man. You just got to make a decision. Like
Totally,
I'm just going
totally,
to tell
I
you
agree.
straight up. Like this is like I'm all about like, dude, man up. Like I don't have another like just do it. And if
Yeah.
you want to make a change in your life, and I'm telling you, in 1 year you could change the entire trajectory. But you got to make that decision. And the more you sit and kind of sit in that la la land, your brain's
Yeah,
like
no.
confused. It doesn't know what to do. So sit down
I
and write the
agree.
pros and cons and make a decision and call me back. You want to come on the live Thursday or next Monday? I'll be happy to help you out.
I would love to. Thank you so much
Okay,
for your
Ronnie.
time and for your
Okay, man.
knowledge.